Okay, well, I think we just fire straight into it. Episode 3, Hear No Evil podcast. Episode 3. Got special guests today. We got 3 special guests today. And Kirsten isn't with us. Unfortunately, Kirsten's not with us. She sadly, she's in a class or something. I think she's at home. We got Connor Darcy. We got Niamh Holton. We got Grace Ryan. So.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
How are you? So, how are you keeping? Good? Surviving, yeah. We're after just coming back from McDonald's, so.
Yeah.
No complaints?
No one ever gets chicken selects.
They're too spicy.
Yeah.
There's no spice on them whatsoever. It's crazy. We had a topic that we thought of on the walk.
Yeah. Tinder
and exes.
Sure.
Exes?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Like the game X's and O's.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah, so Tinder, first of all. Do you have a Tinder profile?
I personally don't.
I do.
I don't.
So why the did we pick the Tinder? I cursed. I'm going to have to bleep that out. Why did we bother picking Tinder as a topic if only 2 of us here for Tinder account?
I think it's an interesting concept.
Even like for someone like.
So like online dating.
Yeah.
That's.
You can hear from both perspectives of people who have Tinder and people who don't have Tinder.
Yeah. So we're pretty much split 50-50.
That's a good point. That's actually a very good point. Yeah.
Because me and Connor are very elite. Don't
Of
use
course,
online
yeah.
dating
Oh, you're
apps.
so good looking that it doesn't work. Well, personally, I hate Tinder. Absolutely despise it. I think it just literally just brings your self-esteem down. Because it's like anyone that you do actually like, because there's so many people on it, there's a good chance you're not even gonna like.
Match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not even see your profile.
I think the premise of Tinder is actually quite flawed because it's just used as like sex now. It's not for online dating.
It's like it's like a hookup.
Yeah, it's not like
thing altogether. Yeah.
used for the intended purpose anymore.
I think though, coming to university and being in college, it's like, is that not the point? I know it's not the point, but like, I feel like everybody here I run into.
Yeah, especially in our generation, that's what a lot of people just
That's
want.
what our generation is about.
It's more socially acceptable as
Yeah.
well, though. Like, it's something that everyone does.
Oh, completely. Like, think about when our parents were younger.
It was difficult.
It was very difficult.
Yeah.
And people were not as open about sex like as they are nowadays.
Yeah.
or-
Whereas I feel like, say even this month, there was like, I won't get into how many, but like any drinks or anything I went with out for girls, it's like kind of at the forefront.
Yeah.
It's not like we're not trying to get into a
it's
relationship.
nearly like implied that like this is what's
At the end of this, we either hook up or we don't talk again.
happening.
That's literally what's
Or
happening.
both.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point.
You know?
What do you think, Darcy? Like, are you with the whole dating scene? What do you think? Do you think online more? Do you
I'm
think
more of an
meeting?
in-person type of person myself now.
Traditional dating.
Yeah,
I like
Traditional
that as well.
dating.
Signals just go all over the place if you get me.
Yeah, I feel like online, it's so easy to misperceive what people say, what people
What
want.
their intentions
But
are.
when words are typed out,
It's
it
so
is a
different. You can't
different.
because you can't tell. Like, I feel like people's emotions and people's body language and stuff tells a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
And also, you're less likely to get played
In person.
Yeah.
than over
Mhm.
text.
But it's a lot easier to like actually develop like proper feelings in person.
Yeah.
And then it is a lot easier to ignore someone over the
Yeah.
phone. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
When they're sitting there across from you, you have to still stay for like the 2 hours until the date ends, until you have to
Yeah.
get a bus or until you have to go home.
I definitely think like technology has messed up dating for this generation because of that. Like
Yeah.
there is no, seeing each other when you see each other or like calling the home phone or like,
Yeah.
bringing them out on a date anymore. Like, I don't know about you, but until I was in a relationship, I have never been on a date. Like,
Yeah.
I've never had a boy text me and ask me to go on a date,
Yeah.
But
But on the flip side then, I like to consider myself kind of an old romantic. So I always kind of was like, oh, do you want to go out and actually talk?
That's
We actually
nice
go out
though.
and
That's
play.
very, that's
what
nice.
you want.
But
Yeah.
then it was always with girls that I would have only like briefly met in person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then there was also the flip side of like, I don't actually
You
know
need to
this
get to
guy
know
in
them.
person.
Yeah.
So do I really want to risk? Because it is kind of a risk. If someone asks
Yeah.
you to go out for food, even like it just always is a risk. People are always different, I think, in person than they are over the phone.
Definitely.
100%.
I
I know
totally
I've
agree.
experienced
Oh, I
that.
Yeah.
Good
I
and
agree.
bad. Like, you
Good,
can
yeah.
love somebody in person and then they're like the most dry texter
Yeah.
I'd be like, I
This
barely
man right
text.
here.
Yeah.
I
This man
don't-
right here.
It's
Disaster.
too much effort. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
takes so much because you're like trying to do stuff in your day and like you're eating dinner and someone's trying to text and I was like, I'll eat me dinner and then get back to you. I'm not taking time out of my day just to specifically text you.
Sometimes I feel that going on Snapchat and texting people, I feel like it feels like a bit of a chore.
A chore, yeah. Or like it's like, oh my god, why did they leave me open? Like you're
Yeah.
not speaking about something, so why
Mhm.
should you continue on a pointless conversation?
And the blank snapping.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
really gets me because it's like even a few girls here, it starts off nice and we're talking and we're texting, but then I can never hold a conversation because it just like disintegrates into this just blank snapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like,
that's why I think a lot of people are resorting to like WhatsApp. Like I know that sounds so bad, but like
I've heard about this
older
though, yeah.
people are like in their
Mm.
20s, like millennials are resorting to WhatsApp rather than Snapchat.
But it
Yeah.
is nicer. I think even the way like the messages are kind of there, it feels more like genuine.
Yeah.
Someone sends. I think you're so used to getting like snaps from like random people, and even the streaks.
Yeah.
Streaks used to bother me a lot when we were in secondary school because me naively, like being younger, when I was younger, I thought, oh my god, like should I be snapping people? Should I be keeping streaks with people? Is this an important thing?
Yeah.
It just wasn't. Like people were keeping like 100-day streaks with people they didn't even talk to.
Yeah.
Blank
That was-
snapping every
Yeah,
day.
it was
Yeah.
just
Sending
pure
them a
blank
streak
snaps
every
every day. I remember all the guys. I remember my brother. It was just like it was just like constantly sitting there tapping before they had the feature where you could like select everyone's who
Yeah.
snap you
Yeah.
opened.
Yeah.
He'd be like sitting there for like 10 minutes tapping like 150
Yeah.
names.
I can
Yeah.
still see it on my siblings' Snapchat
Yeah.
stuff. Especially my
They
brother.
still
My
do it.
brother's 15. And I see him scrolling through his Snapchat sometimes. And there's so many people.
Yeah.
There's so many people. But then I can even see, like, I would know some of them. And we'd be in, like, Tesco or something going shopping.
And they wouldn't even say
And
hello.
they wouldn't even say hi to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd completely just blank each
The
other.
thing I don't get is like, people who try and text you every day, and it's like, there's nothing interesting going on in my life every day.
Yeah.
Like,
I
at least
don't have
keep-
anything
keep-
to say.
At least try and keep it to a week or.
I think I whenever I'm texting Connor, I like send him a meme, and then
I just send
either
them back.
either it does initiate a conversation
Yeah.
or I get a meme back, and like that's okay.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
That's
'Cause
a
I-
valid form of communication.
Yeah.
Because I find like because it's just I'll see something and be like Connor will like this.
Yeah.
No, no one else will get this, but Connor will
You know
get
what the
this.
worst feeling ever is? When you think of, if you see something, say on your Instagram, like a meme
Mhm.
or a quote, and you're like, oh my god, that reminds me of this person.
And then you
Straight
don't
away.
talk to
Don't
them
speak
anymore.
Or
Yeah.
they're like your ex or something.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Sometimes I'll see a meme and I'll go into my into the messages on Instagram. I'll be scrolling through and like, please, can I find someone to send this to?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it'd be so funny, but you're like, none of these people will get this.
none of them are the same humor.
Yeah,
as you.
yeah.
But like, I don't even like sending that stuff over. I usually sort of wait until I see them in person because I actually want to see the person's reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Well,
very
I think
rare.
it's great. It is tough now, I find, with college, trying to keep in touch with people, though.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know you, Niamh,
Of course. Yeah.
before we came here. Of course, yeah. I knew Grace, but even like, with Grace, like we didn't go to secondary school together,
Yeah.
so it's hard. It was hard for us. We lost contact after
Yeah.
primary school,
Yeah.
and it was only kind of the summer,
Yeah.
like the summer before 6th year and after. And now here, of course, like it's so much easier because we're
Yeah.
always together. And then myself and Darcy, like even though we live up the road from each other, so we were working all summer.
Yeah.
We found it hard to get out over the summer. Actually, we were working all the time. Work really messed that up.
Yeah.
And even like I have a lot of friends that I went secondary school with, and they came to college here, but I don't see them because they have their own friend groups. Do you know
But
what
even
I mean?
different
Yeah.
courses.
Different
Yeah.
courses,
Yeah.
different timetables, different friend groups, like in different days, out different days. Like it's, like
Yeah.
it is. It's like getting older. Like it really is. Like
Yeah.
you think of your parents, and you're like, how often do they see their friends now? Like they've
Like,
fallen out of contact
never,
with their
yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is just slowly happening to
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually a funny thing to do with the likes of Tinder then as well. Like you look at your own parents and you say, yeah, they don't hang out with their friends, but they're married, like they're settled
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
In fairness, and I know Sean and Sarah are like this. Sean and Sarah would, not that it would be good if we were all not there, but the two of them do have each other
Yeah.
in that bubble that they'll do stuff
Yeah.
with. They'll like if the lads didn't go on holidays next summer, but Sean and Sarah will go on holidays.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like they have their own bubble of friends inside as well.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that isn't always the case, but I think it's so hard.
I think also another aspect of that, I'm not specifically talking about those two, but
Yeah.
if you have a friend and they are leaving their friends for their significant other, I think
Yeah.
that's a major,
I
major
I
red flag.
100% agree.
It's,
like,
isn't
I've
so
had-
tricky.
Friends, boys and girls,
Mm.
that, especially boys actually, I don't know why, but especially boys, where they have gotten a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then they just never speak to you again. Like, they stop going out with the friend group. They stop talking to you. Like, they do everything with them. Like, I understand you want to spend, like, quality time with whoever the person you're in a relationship is with, but I think there's always a limit. Like,
I think the best type of partners are lads or girls that can get on with your group
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
or are
agree.
independent.
I
Like, have
think-
their own lives. Like, I have my own life now. Like, they have their own life
Yeah.
now. So if we were together, like, you
They
can't
should be
expect them
adding to your life.
Yeah,
rather
they
should
than,
be
like,
adding to
Ten
your
taken
life.
away.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to keep your own independence in a relationship.
You really, yeah.
It's so important. I feel like when you're in a relationship, you always need to have the comfort of knowing that if it doesn't work out, hoping it
You're
does,
going to
but
be
in
okay.
case it doesn't, it's so important that you have to, like, mindset that it's still going to be okay, that you're going to be okay.
That it's not the be all and end all.
Yeah.
Well, I had a strange conversation a few days ago with she'd be kind of an on and off friend of mine, but we were arguing about. She was saying that she was going to a party and that her boyfriend of 3 months was going to a party and it was a girl's 18th and she didn't want him to go. And I was like, well, like, that's not really your position
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say that. Like, at the end of the day, he's known this girl longer.
Yeah.
Like, because it was a friend of his. It wasn't just some
Yeah.
random girl. It was a friend of his whose 18th birthday was, and he wanted to go. And it was whatever. We started fighting, but basically it got to the point where she was like, "Yeah, I don't talk to like any of my lad friends anymore because he doesn't want me to." But then he doesn't talk to any of his girlfriends. And then I turned around to him. I said, "Right." I used myself and Kirsten as a perfect example. Like, we were really good friends. And I said, would you like if Kirsten's partner, or if I had a partner, if they didn't want us to be friends anymore?
Yeah.
Like, literally friends years.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be friends.
Yeah.
And she turned around to me and she said, yeah, that would be okay with me. And she was kind of saying that your romantic partner should take, like, precedent over your friends.
I don't agree.
No, I don't agree.
But
I
your
don't
romantic
agree.
partner should be one of your friends. They
Yeah,
are one of your
exactly,
friends.
yeah.
It's
That's
not,
it.
it's, yeah, there's a little bit more to it, and it's a different type of friendship, of course.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be
But
like,
that, like, something like that, where you're being forced by your significant other to stop being friends with someone who you have been friends with, trusted, like, relied on, like, get on great with, like, that's actually heartbreaking.
Yeah.
it's yeah, it actually
it's
really.
pretty self-conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, what do you mean?
Like, it's like they're insecure. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in, you're saying that the partner thinks that you'll be cheating with the
Yeah.
friends,
It's
Yeah.
an insecurity.
which of course I just think that just isn't the case. Like in 99% of cases where, like, I have loads of female friends, same as I'm sure there's loads of women with loads of male friends.
Yeah. Like, even that's what me and Niamh were saying.
Yeah.
When we were walking here, we were all talking about it, and we were both saying if we, like, most of our friends are boys.
boys.
I think
We-
I have
if we
2
were
or 3
stopped-
friends that are girls.
Yeah, if we were, like, prevented from having boyfriends, we literally have each other.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have no other
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
But it's not like it would be so obvious if you were hooking up with any of them as
It
well.
would
You
be
know,
so clear. Like,
that would change the dynamic of the friendship.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
firmly believe cheaters will always get caught. No
Yeah.
matter what, I
Yeah.
think they'll always get caught.
it's
like,
too hard to hide. It
Yeah.
changes your attitudes towards things and everything, because, like, you probably even look at her differently, or him. You know, you'd look at
Yeah.
your partner completely differently.
But, like, it's such a small country. Like, we were
Yeah.
talking about this before, and we were like, I don't understand how anybody in this country has an affair, because
Yeah.
like,
Everyone knows
we've
everyone.
been
Yeah.
on holidays in, like, America or in, like, Disneyland. I remember one year we were in Florida one year, and we walked out of the place we were staying in, a villa in Florida, and next door was our actual next door neighbors from home.
And you hadn't
And we
told.
had no idea
yeah.
that they were going on holidays to the same place, and they
Yeah.
had no idea we were either. And we met each other there. Like, imagine if, say, like, you were there cheating on your wife, and you had another woman there. Like, how?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even everyone knows a person, so like rumors get spread out.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has mutual
They'll
friends.
eventually get
Yeah.
to you.
But even I think it was funny with the whole Christmas Day thing, right? Supposedly it's on the 12th.
Yeah. Hopefully.
12th of November, or 12th of December.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying this now. This probably won't come out till maybe January 2027. So. But I remember someone said that to me, that it was on the 12th. Of course, I told like 50 people, oh, I heard it's on the 12th. And then I heard from someone yesterday that supposedly the Roost, Brady's, and even here in the SU, none of them said it was on
Yeah,
the Monday of the
that's
12th,
right.
because obviously they'd have to prepare.
Yeah, it's probably because there's Taylor Swift joke
Taylor
on.
Swift's on Monday.
So
Yeah.
people are just
Taylor Swift
assuming.
is actually coming here. Did you know that? Real Taylor
It's
Swift.
gonna be the best day of my life.
It's gonna be amazing.
Forget about my future
Coming down
wedding.
on
See Taylor Swift.
Private jet. Yeah, but it's rumors. Rumors are weird.
Yeah,
Rumors are really weird.
they are, yeah.
I'm trying to think of any crazy rumors. Darcy, can you think of any crazy rumors from the bridge? I can think of some rumors that were true, that we all knew were true. That's spread like
Sometimes I
wildfire.
think rumors come from a root of the truth as well. Sometimes,
Mhm.
and they just
Sometimes,
are
yeah.
misconceptions or else exaggerated.
So Christmas Day is actually the 13th.
There's actually so much like local rumors in Tinder Got about
There is.
people having affairs.
Yeah,
Bruh.
there is. My
I don't know
parents
how
would tell
true
me.
they are, but
Yeah, my
Yeah. I
think
parents would
some of
tell
them
me
are
about them
true.
all the time.
Which?
My parents would say it all the time. My parents would tell me about like stuff they've heard down, like
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
do you know like pubs and stuff in like in
Oh
Tinder Got.
yeah.
Do you know like families in Tinder Got, like everyone knows.
Even
Everyone knows them.
things
kind
that you think only your friends know and only like the people your age know,
of.
everyone's gonna find out.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
my parents, I'm obviously not gonna name names, but my parents were drinking in our local pub like
Mhm.
maybe 2 months ago, and there was like loads of young people there because there was a final on, and there was obviously loads of old people there
Yeah.
because like there was like some sort of charity event on as well, and one of my neighbours came up to my dad and said, if such a girl who is only a year older than me, if she's looking for her bank card, it's on the back of the toilet covered in white powder,
Oh god.
and she's local to the
Yeah,
area,
yeah.
so all the adults in the area
Yeah, would
now
yeah.
suddenly know that she's off her head on coke
Yeah.
every day. Like,
It's I think people I don't think people give credit to adults.
Yeah.
Obviously they were
Yeah.
our age at one stage. Even I used to think it was funny, like going out drinking. So we used to go can drinking in fields now. Like I was older than some of the boys, so it wasn't. I was allowed.
yeah,
Which none of the
you're
boys
the
were.
supplier.
I was. Oh yeah, that
It's
used
the
to
only
be.
reason you're
That
invited.
used that used to be so funny. Boys used to give me all the money, and sure I'd go down with the passport into Tesco, and I'd come out with like. I'd come out with like a trolley of drink, and someone used to be there with me. Someone else was 18 at the time. I think it was Luke. Would it have been Luke? Yeah, Luke is the
Yeah, Luke's
he's the second oldest, and we'd pick up all the drink and bring it out and put it in his car, and I'd be like, if we drank all this, we'd be dead.
But
And then
even
run down the road to
even
Johnsfield.
me and Connor were talking about though, like, do you remember the times like where after like nights out drinking and stuff like that on like fields and everything, and like you guys would all like walk down to the bottle
Oh my
banks
God.
with big bin bags filled with bottles and cans.
Yeah,
That's
we
because
used
a
to.
certain house wanted to keep the
A
bottles
certain,
themselves.
a certain person who owned the house. Yeah. He
Yeah,
had
like I
this-
remember that.
It was
yeah.
like, can we just throw this in like?
Can
Can
you
we just
just-
throw this in the
can you
bin? No, bring it all home. And yeah, up the road, and the
Yeah.
bags be all leaking everywhere. And this was
Oh.
this. Do you know who we're talking about? You
No.
do know him. You do know him.
who? When we're talking about who?
It was John. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. John wouldn't let us leave the bottles at his house, and we used to have to walk from
his house.
His house. You know
okay,
where his
I'm
house?
catching on now.
Do you know where his house is?
No.
It's out the feckin' Trim Road.
Oh god.
Like it's out in Meath, and we used to have to walk
Yeah.
up the Trim Road with bottles
Hungover.
in a state.
To be
'cause, like-
fair though, if you're hosting something in your house, whew, good luck.
No, it wasn't even. It was in the back of his like field.
It
or
was in a
something.
yeah.
Even worse.
And like,
We
it
used to get up the
wasn't
next
until,
day.
it actually wasn't until like the girls came camping. He had actually let us use the
Yeah, I
bathroom
remember
in
that,
his
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanted to go to the
blatant
toilet, you had to
sexism.
be one with nature back then.
Just blatant sexism. Do
Yeah.
you remember we used to get up and cook sausages on like this little shitty like gas stove thing.
Grill thing.
Yeah, it used to be horrible. And then we'd be eating like half raw sausages, and already you were so sick.
From the drink.
Yeah, I used to love that though. They were some of my fondest memories of that.
Okay, back on topic. Tinder.
Okay. Yeah.
Tinder, but you want to go back to Tinder?
Are we going back to Tinder?
You
or
wanna
we
go back
to
to Tinder?
exes?
Can we go back? Will we check any messages? We see
Yeah.
any
Oh,
Tinder
yeah.
messages?
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna
oh.
shout out a few. Actually, this is a funny story.
and these are lines you've gotten.
Yeah.
Oh,
I matched
pickup
with
lines.
2 boys,
oh.
and then I realized at one stage, like at the exact same time I matched with these boys, I realized they had like each other in their profiles. And I was like, this is a little bit weird. Like they're obviously friends.
Tag team.
Next thing Connor. Next thing I know, I got the exact same pickup line from both of them, just rephrased.
You know, they were probably just texting each other and they're like, "Oh, I'm after getting a
this-
match. What will I say?"
Like, and I was like, hardly. Like, I read both of them and I was like, no way.
What was the line? Do you have the line?
I have the line here. I have to do an assignment for college on the finer things in life. Just wondering, could I have a few moments of your time?
Oh.
Do you know what you should have done?
God.
You should have
Yeah.
told them, both of them, to meet up in the exact same place at the exact same time.
I'm trying to think now. If I have any pickup lines on this, I think I deleted some of the ones that were pretty rough.
Some of them are now a bit less than PG.
Oh, like what?
Oh my god, no! This is a very tame one, but this boy had like a Tinder profile up, and it was one of them. You know when you can see every now and again, like you can pick which one of the people who liked you, and it flips the card.
Yeah.
I got one of those, and this boy's profile was just like him in an army suit, which I was like, okay, matched straight away. I was like, yum.
Bruh.
Then I realized the rest of his profile is just pictures of him in his car, and I was like, boy
Oh.
racer,
Yeah.
boy racer.
Is that good? Is that bad?
It's a very bad thing in my books.
Oh.
But the only thing he texted me was, I need a co-pilot for my car. I was like,
Should have said something like, need someone to help me change my gear stick or something.
oh.
Bruh.
No, don't like that. That's not. There's a reason I have tint on the windows. No.
Then you have the classic, how are you getting on?
Yeah.
Is that bad? Is that a bad?
I mean, I always reply to them ones before I'd reply to the
Fair
casual sex, or should I wear a tie?
Yeah.
Right. I got someone here. I got someone here. What are we going with? 'Cause I was thinking we could say something to her now, and if she gets back, well, if she gets back, we'll talk about it on this.
Art
If she's
spilled
back
it.
in
Be
the-
there in 5.
No, come on, we gotta. You're girls, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aren't
but
you?
as our friend
Just making
Jonathan, as our friend Jonathan says, you never take advice from a fish on how to catch another fish.
That's
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah,
That
it's a
is a very.
fisherman.
So Darcy, you're trying to pull. What are you doing?
Ooh. Give me a second.
Give you a second.
On Tinder or in general? Come on, give us.
Oh,
your
Darcy
play.
goes with the hand on the.
Come on, I know
the
you've
scalp.
got game. I know you've got game.
Oh,
grabs,
yeah.
grabs her on the.
Yeah.
Grabs her with the
I
head.
told you look beautiful today.
Oh.
Straight up
That's
compliment.
nice.
She was.
That is really nice.
Are you gonna smirk like that when you say?
Yeah. Are you gonna go red like that as well when you're saying? Yeah.
But I think girls definitely,
Prefer that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Keep it simple. Like, why are you trying to play the long game?
yeah.
You know?
Like I feel like girls much prefer wholesome things, like pretty, even attractive. That's not even that bad. But when boys are
They're
like,
just like, you're really pretty.
yeah, that's
I'm
nice.
like, oh,
That's nice. I feel like girls actually really like to hear that.
yeah.
Other than,
Keep
but then
it
boys,
basic. Don't
yeah.
be asking me, do I want to have casual sex or should he wear a tie? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Hey man,
Yeah.
that guy's fishing. And he's gonna find that salmon of knowledge at some stage. That's gonna work. That's gonna work at some stage.
come on,
Yeah.
Darcy,
A
give us your
broken
game.
clock is right twice a day.
Oh.
He will eventually get there. It might take a while.
So Darcy, what are we saying? What are we saying to this girl?
Joseph.
No, you don't gotta see her. Let's see what's in the photos. We got Deb's dresses.
I
we
think
got
you should
coffee.
try what I just said there. Just a straight up compliment.
Yeah,
What?
just tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah.
How will I phrase this? Though?
Compliment their choices.
Or why don't you just be like,
Like the
Hope you're having a good day. You're
You're-
really beautiful.
yeah, or you're very pretty, or something
Dude,
like
I don't
that.
know, man. That's kind of.
Why?
Is that not a bit cringy?
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Things that girls really like, boys
Because you have to
find
understand
cringy.
from a point of view
If
of a
you-
guy as well. If a guy texts you, if a girl texts you, how are you doing? You're so
But I'm
beautiful.
thinking your dirty pickup lines are 10 times cringier.
My dirty pickup lines.
In general, like boys.
Boys,
Oh, good, because my dirty pickup lines are super. What was one? I was fairly scotched one night, fairly hammered, had a few scoops, and I may have said, do you know what the horse said to the one-legged jockey?
Do I want to know?
Just say what? Say what?
What?
How are you getting on?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that didn't work.
That,
It didn't work.
I can't imagine it did.
No, it did not
I
work.
really can't imagine it did.
Or maybe it did.
I tell you what,
Maybe I won't tell you. Maybe I'm married. Maybe that's actually the girl. I'm gonna tell my kids that that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I don't even like horses.
It's actually funny when you
jockeys.
think about how your parents met. How did your parents meet? Dance.
Yeah, like they used to have like local dances.
That's
She
nice.
was out dancing in the street.
Oh.
He was out
See,
dancing in the
This
street.
That's
man,
actually very
we know
nice.
why this man is for the traditional romance now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His parents met at
That
a
is
dance.
really
My
nice.
parents met in primary school.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
I
Okay,
love
that's
that.
creepy.
I love that. Really, Niamh? I love
If you
that.
think
I
it's
don't know,
creepy, you're the creepy
Dude,
person.
if I settle down
If you
with
think of it
if
like
I
that,
settle
then
down with
you're the
anyone,
creeper.
if I settle down with anyone from primary school, that's no thank you.
What about Grace?
What about Grace?
What's wrong with Grace?
Grace is one of the boys.
You just
Yeah.
offended
Grace
her,
is
though.
one of the boys.
Yeah, this is the thing, guys. Everyone says now that I'm one of the boys.
Grace,
Yeah.
Grace, how are you today? You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Did that work?
Ew.
It did, yeah.
What do you mean, ooh?
Ew.
He's into men now.
She's one of the boys,
I'm gonna
Simon.
cut that out. Grace is literally one of the lads.
That's what everyone says to
In
me.
the most, like, that's a compliment.
It is a compliment.
Grace,
It's
how
a
did your
flex.
parents meet? Come on.
My parents, when they were both in college, they were working in the same McDonald's. And that's how they met.
McDonald's.
My
Are you hooking up
parents
with
met-
any of the Plaza group?
Oh yeah, all of them.
All of them, yeah.
I have my eye on all of them, including you, Connor. My parents met. My auntie and uncle were getting married, so my mom grew up next door to like 4 girls, and they were best friends. And then my dad grew up with like, obviously 16 siblings. So
What?
Yeah.
How many?
16, 2 girls, the rest were boys.
Oh my
Jesus,
gosh.
your grandparents were busy.
Yeah, pretty much. But then 2 of them got married, and my mom and dad met at the wedding. So
That's
then they
nice.
got married, and now we live next door to my auntie and uncle at their wedding.
Oh, that's
That is
actually
really
nice.
nice.
That's a nice.
That's
yeah.
very nice.
How big does your family gatherings be?
Yeah.
Like fucking thousands
That's,
of
yeah,
people.
and that's just on your dad's side.
That's just on my dad's side.
That's
So I have roughly
cool.
like, I'd say 50 something cousins, first cousins on my dad's side.
I'd say Christmas is banging.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
We
yeah.
used to do a Chris Kindle, but it actually used to get so confusing because like a few people would forget who they got, and then it was
Yeah.
too big of a group to
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
again.
Are ye all like? Is there anyone? Obviously, no one doubles up on names. But is there any like kids that have the same names as your aunties and
There's-
uncles?
Yeah, we have like 2 Liams, so there's like 2 Liam Holtons
So there's like Uncle Liam and
and cousin
cousin
Liam.
Liam.
And there was going to be like my mum was going to name me Emily, but I already have an older cousin called Emily, so she was like, "That's gonna be too confusing."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that happened a few times, but my granny was pretty creative with the names. Like she got every basic male name.
John.
There's
Stephen.
there's like Davy,
Michael.
Frank, Vincent, Kevin, Jimmy, Johnny, Joe. Like it's just Larry. Like she kept it basic.
She could have done like our friend and just done Jimmy number 2, James number 2.
Actually, that's what my cousin's called Stephen, and he has a child, and he called him Stephen.
Yeah, a
So
lot
that's
of
So
people
it has
do
a
that.
Stephen Jr.
Did you ever hear the story about the post, James's post?
No.
So one of the James Conley, one of the boys. We were all on the PlayStation or something one of the nights, and we get a photo was sent in that like I think Evan may have took it in like James's house or something, and it was post addressed to James, but his dad is Jimmy, but it said James number 2
Oh my god.
on the phone.
James.
So we went around for months and he was number 2. That was it, yeah.
One of my cousins is like that. His dad is my uncle, Brandon Holton, and then he named his child Brandon Holton. Like, a lot of people do that, I feel like.
So what does he call his son though? Junior?
Well,
or-
he calls himself Bunny. Like everyone calls him Bunny. No one knows him by Brandon.
Your
So
uncle's
My
Bunny,
uncle
yeah,
is
yeah.
Bunny, so it's like Bunny and Bran. Like
Oh,
it's,
okay,
So it's not so confusing, but a lot of people do that. More men than women, I feel like as well.
yeah. Yeah, actually, I've actually very seldom seen women name their
Yeah.
daughters the same as themselves.
Yeah.
I actually call my brother Bren.
Really?
Yeah, his name is Breen.
Oh,
Don't ask me
do-
why I call him Bren.
Do you ever get when someone's called by a nickname for so long, and then when you actually
you say your
realise,
real name, you're like, ew.
it's
Oh,
like,
Darcy.
whoa, you actually have a real name.
You're Darcy.
Yeah.
You're Darcy. I actually, whenever I'm talking about people, I'm like, oh yeah, Sean and Darcy were down there.
And Darcy
then they
sounds
think
like
it's
a
his
woman's
name.
as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's like,
They think it, but they think it's him. They think he's Darcy. And then I would be actually
Wow.
talking. I'd be like, yeah, Connor and myself were over there. And they're like, who's Connor? Who's Connor? That's Connor right there.
Yeah, one time my brother's in work, and they done these doing them fire drills, and he had taken attendance obviously.
Yeah.
And they because everyone in his work calls him Darcy. Like Anion called Darcy. It's just called any person who has a second name Darcy.
They're all just Darcy.
Just called Darcy by their friends. And they said Matthew, and he said here. And one of the lads was like, "Wait, your name is Matthew? I've never known that." He's working from 2 years and did not know his first name was Matthew.
But he, like yourself and James, I just like you're Darcy and he's Conley. So for like a while at home, I was like talking about these people and they were like, "Who's Darcy? Who's Conley?" But like, I suppose, don't you just like, do you do that when any of the girls? Do you call any of the girls with their second names? Not really.
No, not really.
Well, my name's Holton, so that's a bit like hefty to be calling me Holton. Like that's a bit weird.
And plus, Ryan doesn't work because then you're thinking, "Who's Ryan? Ryan's just a lad."
That's not
Yeah.
fair.
It's just such common.
But do you have any nicknames for the girls?
A lot of people call me Greasy,
Yeah.
not Grace. Like my dad calls me Greasy.
Gracie.
And like, yeah. And then a lot of my friends' parents call me Greasy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially their dads. I feel like it's
Niamh, so like
Yeah.
a similar situation.
I'm a Simo dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my nickname. But Simo,
about
everyone, John McNevin in the petrol station in Tinder Got calls me Cy, and he's the only person that calls me Cy. He calls me Cy. Everybody else calls me Simo.
Do you actually know John Joe?
Not John Joe Nevin. John McNevin.
Oh,
John
I thought you were about the boxer.
The boxer, John Joe Nevin. Yeah, me and him are really tight. Yeah, he calls me Cy all the time.
I'm so confused.
Simon
Like,
and John Joe Nevin. They spar sometimes.
Yeah.
old sparring partners.
Simon, what about your nickname book?
My, what do you mean?
Nickname book? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Nickname book?
Yeah. Do you remember McDonald's about an hour ago?
No. What were we talking?
Are you
Hey,
okay?
dude, man, I don't know. I don't remember
You
what
okay
I.
in the head?
No, I don't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning.
Wait, what nickname book?
I'm pretty sure I ate a batch loaf slice and a normal toast slice.
This podcast is just proving that women are much smarter than men.
We're just superior in every way.
And how have I
What's the
proven
nickname
that?
book? I can't remember what the
I
nickname
think we
book.
should start doing ASMR.
yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, the women are definitely smarter, aren't they?
You don't even know what
Simon, you
ASMR
gave
is, I bet.
It's like the sound thing where they make
Yeah.
sounds.
I gave you
Simon
nicknames.
gave us 3 reasons why his nickname is book.
ASMR.
About
Oh
an hour
my
ago.
goodness, yeah.
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
Okay, folks, it's right here that I realised what they were talking about. It was book. Well, you'll hear why now in a second. The nickname book. In my defence, and in Darcy's defence, what did you think it was? 'Cause I thought they were on about a nickname book, not my really cool, interesting story about my nickname book, which you're going to hear right now. I'm recording this weeks after. I'm still editing. Don't tell anyone.
So when I this actually have to remind me about another story.
He
I've
tried
just
to
had after
create
this.
his own nickname for himself.
I can't see. I didn't think you were listening. I didn't
You
think.
were,
I didn't
you
think
said it to us.
you specifically. I didn't think you were listening.
Well, I was.
Yeah, good.
It's
Good.
kind of hard not to listen to you talk that much.
Hey, who? Get out of here! Get out! What are you doing? You're like Kirsten #2. You know that? Just like firing insults all the time across the table. Might cut that out. I had this genius idea, that a really, really smart idea, that when we came here, I was going to convince people that my nickname was Book. And then I was going to give every single person a different reason for why it was Book. So like one person would be like, oh, I used to have book teeth when I was younger, I got braces, got them straightened. Oh yeah, I used to just read books all the time. Oh yeah, when I used to play Call of Duty, I used to use the buckshot shotgun. So then I'd organise a big party with all these people, and then they'd all fight over like why my name was Book. And I'd leave. I'd go home.
But what if it just didn't come up in conversation why you were named Book?
It would. It would.
Like you,
He'd make sure.
we're
This
gonna
is a
make like a Kahoot and be like, why is my nickname Book? Like a multiple choice question.
Yeah.
This is a 5-year plan. This is a 5-year plan.
Simon throws a party and has a big MCQ going on.
That you're after actually remind me. I wrote this in my notes to talk about. I have right. So in Kinnegad there's a chipper.
Oh, we're not talking about the fucking hot dogs, are we?
We are talking about the hot dogs. So
He already pitched this idea to us.
no, listen. This is not an idea. This is in the works. This is happening. I'm actually going to cut out the name of the chipper because I don't want them to know.
Copyrighted.
Listen.
Just
So
in
I'll
case.
just go Jeff.
in this chipper on the menu board on the wall.
What chipper is it?
mm, on the board in this chipper, they do hot dogs, right? It shows a hot dog on the wall. So what would you assume that means? They sell hot dogs. So I went in. Myself and Dermot were in the car. He was picking me up from somewhere. I think he was picking me up from work or something. And we went in. He was getting chipper stuff, and I was like, "How much for the hot dogs?" €4. And he goes, "Grand." So I ring them the next day. I was coming out of work again. I ring him the next day. I was like, "Hey, how long will it take you to do a hot dog?" "Sorry, we're out of stock with the hot dogs. We don't do them." I was like, "Grand." The next day I was in again. Because think about this, is 3 days now. I haven't gotten the chipper. Been looking for the chipper for 3 days. Went in the next day.
Did you get anything, or did you just walk?
The third day I did. I got a quarter pounder. But I walked up. I walked up. I walked up and I said, "Hey, do you know what a penguin does when it's bored? Do you know what a penguin does when it's bored? Wank, 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 wank. Like walks around. I'm gonna have to cut that out as well." Anyway, we were in the chipper, and third day, I was like, "There's no hot dogs." So here's the plan that I haven't told you already. I'm gonna ring the chipper every single day on a private number and use a different voice. Some days I'm gonna ring like this and be like, "Hey, you got any hot dogs in stock?" And they're gonna say no. And then another day I'm gonna say in my normal voice, "Do you have any hot dogs?" Or I'm gonna order a load of shit, and then I'm gonna be like, "Do you do hot dogs?" And they're gonna say no. So eventually we'll get to the stage after months of just harassing this business. They're gonna think there's a major demand for hot dogs, and they're gonna order in a load of hot dogs, and I will buy one hot dog, and I will be satisfied.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Mind blown.
Stop hugging the mic. It's my mic.
Okay, right, fine. That's I wanted to tell that story. That's the only story I wanted to tell. There was any
We
other
can
stories.
branch
I
off
think you
so
should-
much from that
I think
story,
you should put
Simon.
a light up sign behind you saying laugh, so we know when to fake laugh.
Feeling attacked. Feeling attacked
Attacked on your own podcast.
on my own podcast. Yeah. Do we have another topic? Do we have
Not to
another
alarm
topic?
anyone, but we have accounting in 10 minutes.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but
I don't
like-
think so.
Do we really care about accounting?
Myself, are you going to account?
Realistically,
You're not
I'm-
going to account, are you?
Realistically, I'm not going
I
to stay at
bet the
college.
MCQ.
Are you going to
go
accounting?
to accounting?
Yeah, but I'm dropping out of college, so it's really matter at this stage.
Do you know this is being like immortalized on this podcast? Are you sure you're dropping out of college?
No, I'm not dropping out. I'm deferring a year
Why are you deferring for the year?
because I'm not arse and I'm really shit at college. Haven't gotten the swing of it at all. So I was like, you know.
Why though? Like, what do you
Well,
find? What's bothering
Okay,
you?
so I joined my course late because I dropped out my previous course, and then I
Okay.
joined this course at the beginning of November, and I missed like.
I actually noticed there was such an annoying feeling like at the start of November. Yeah, just like came out of nowhere.
Anyways, I missed like basically 25 or 30% of credits
Oh.
for like all of my modules.
Mhm.
So I basically failed all the modules of this semester. So
Yeah, but you have next semester.
yeah, but I'd still fail like.
But we're like she
three
would have
modules.
to.
You still have to
repeat
like,
all of her
because we
exams.
do
I'd have to
different
repeat
subjects after. Like
so
we're not
what's
doing
the
accounting.
plan? Are you going to come back here next year?
Yeah, give it another shot.
So
Or
just
else-
start from scratch.
Do you have to pay? Do you still have to pay another $3,000?
No, no.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's respectable.
Then you're restarting fresh, and I have like a proper chance. Like it's an even playing field
Mhm.
from September.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like if I take a year out and I work, and I'm planning on going to Interrail next summer as well. So you know what I mean? That could like
Who are
change
you,
my perspective on things.
Who are you going to Interrail and what?
Around Europe,
Who are you going with? Just on your own?
just by myself, solo traveler.
Have you worried?
Really?
I've always wanted to do
That's
that.
actually nice.
I have such like, I like love my own company way too much. Like I'm so independent.
Any cities
Yeah, I really
that
am.
you want to tick off?
I'm gonna go to Budapest definitely. I'm going to go. I really want to go to Switzerland. Like really. want to go to
Switzerland is
'cause
yeah.
I've been to a lot of countries in Europe, but there's a few that I haven't been to, so I'd love to just like
Yeah.
check them off my list. And the south of France, I'd love to go back to south of France. I love the
The
south
place
of
I'd recommend Bordeaux. Very good city.
Bordeaux.
I was just there
Very
Is
recently.
Bordeaux near where, do you know there's like the town that the water comes over the land bridge during the day? You know that
I
place?
couldn't. I know
Do you know
where you're
that
on about,
place
but I
though,
couldn't
yeah.
tell you now.
Yeah,
You actually don't realize how big France is, because like you're looking at like 2 cities, and, like that's not too far away. And then when you compare to Ireland,
Yeah.
a city like Donegal to Kerry, that long, it's like, whoa, that's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this like
It's a bit like America though as well. Like
Yeah.
America is insanely big.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, would you sooner go now to America or do the Interrailing in Europe?
Oh, definitely Europe.
I'd
Yeah.
love to go around Europe. Interrailing is really interesting. Like I thought it was going to be a lot more expensive for the
Yeah.
seasonal tickets, but it's working out at, like, to go Interrailing on unlimited trains for 2 months. It's working out with like €500.
That's very good.
Which
And
is-
especially
It is.
if you got like if you really used it, which I'm sure you
can
will
go,
on
like,
your own
with
especially.
that ticket, you can go
Yeah.
on as many trains as you want. So I could decide I want to go to Paris tomorrow, and then the next day I want to go to like Italy.
And
go
I
to
feel like
Rome.
the European train services are super good.
They
Yeah.
are.
Especially in I
Yeah.
know Sean was in Amsterdam, and he said, well, he didn't. He was in the Netherlands, and he didn't actually stay in Amsterdam. But I think his dad used to go working, and he'd get the train into Amsterdam like every day.
Oh my god.
But there was like a train like what every few minutes or so.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
train like that's
Yeah.
it's not like here at all. Even though here I don't mind the train service here. I know I
The
don't
train
get the
service
train.
is horrendous, and bus
You
service
think?
here is
Public
There are
horrendous.
12
transport.
The
Public
bus
transport in
especially,
Ireland
yeah.
is awful.
I don't know how many times because it's weird here in the evenings.
Yeah.
Like even for us.
Yeah.
Just to put it in context for anyone listening that maybe doesn't get the 115. So we all have lecture. Well, I have a lot of lectures every evening. I'm in very late in the day, but I'm also like I go home late in the day, and it's like if I have a lecture that ends at 5 o'clock. There's the last bus is at 4:10, I think.
Yeah.
The last bus is at 4:10, and I have to wait every single evening. Same as you.
Well,
Yeah.
no, not necessarily. The 115 does limited routes as well, so there's like a 115B as well. So
Yeah.
one goes
You can
the
get
whole way to Mullingar, one goes only to Cork, and one goes to Enfield.
I don't live in Mullingar.
Yeah.
I know that, but like
and there is one.
Tinder Got is
There is
stop.
ones that don't go through Maynooth, so like you can get one to Enfield and then get
Yeah.
one to.
I'm just saying
you
from
can get
here,
one
like
to Kinnegad,
we're
but
waiting.
Still awkward.
I think Luke's coming to pick a few of us up this evening, but like what time is
Yeah.
it now? It's 9 minutes to 5 at the minute, and I was done there at 4. That's a disaster, and I just like didn't get. I know that sounds really stupid now because I said there's a 4 bus. And I just didn't get the 4 bus. I'm not actually supposed to be in a lecture right now, and I'm actually not trying to cover that up that I'm supposed to be in a lecture right now. Yeah, it's weird. And then the ghost buses.
Yeah.
You've
Oh,
been
they're
hit
the
by the
worst.
ghost buses.
Yeah.
I get so frustrated.
You get the
So-
115 as well, don't
I
you?
get the 115
Yeah.
from Enfield, and it's just so frustrating if I'm honest. One day I remember I was in college. You were here that day, I think, and I was very sick. Like I was really sick. I don't know, was it you that was here? It might have been you.
I do remember you telling me about it.
I was really sick. I was getting sick in college and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously I don't drive, so I needed to get the bus or the train home. There was no train for 2 hours, and there was a bus in 15 minutes. So I was like, grand.
Yeah,
Went
super,
straight
yeah.
out, standing beside the library, waiting for the bus.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't show up. Doesn't fucking show up. So then I was waiting. Sorry, didn't mean to curse. Didn't show up. So I was waiting there another hour, like sitting on the floor, sick, like sweat. You know when you're in a cold sweat? I was like cold sweating, sitting beside the steps of the library, like shivering, and people
Yeah.
were walking by looking at my grey face, like, what is wrong with this girl? So eventually, like, when this bus didn't show up for like an hour, and there was no other bus for like an hour, I
Yeah.
rang my mum. I was like, you have to come in and
Yeah,
get me.
yeah.
She had to pull herself out of work and come collect me in a minute. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
But it's so annoying that
just
like you
couldn't
were
rely on
there
anything.
for the service. Like you were there to get
I
them.
was
Yes.
waiting.
That's
I
not
was
your
waiting.
fault
I was
at
on
all.
time.
And it's even the fact that like, you know, you couldn't even complain if they just took it off the schedule.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but it's the fact that it said like 10 minutes away
Sorry.
and then just doesn't show up. Like
Yeah.
where to go?
But thing
Where's
I
it
don't
gone?
get is
Who knows where it's gone?
like we actually have an app that we can see. Sometimes it might say it isn't going there, but like the amount of old people who just turn up to a bus
Yeah.
and think there's one coming at 8:52, and then there might not be one for another like 4 hours.
But they're going
Yeah.
off the actual like
They're-
schedule.
yeah.
Some mornings I would get up and the way I operate is I always get the bus 2 hours before.
That's the
I have
same.
to, you have to get the bus 2 hours
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
But some mornings the bus would say it'd be saying like 2 minutes past 10, and then it's 5 minutes past 10. Then it jumps to 15 minutes past 10. I remember one day I was getting on the bus at I think it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't end up going till 10 to 12, and ended up being late for my lecture. But like imagine some poor old lady or an old man that doesn't have the capabilities on their phone.
Yeah, they don't understand how to
She's
work
like,
it.
what are they supposed to wait there? Because even the 5 past 10 bus is scheduled for like 9:15. Like It's not
And
like
then-
it shows to 10 on my phone.
Then there's the whole idea of not being able to use like a credit card. Like I know obviously a leap
Yeah.
card, but not being having to use cash on a public bus. Like what day and age are we living in? Like
Mhm.
nothing.
I think it's got to do with the broadband because I know that. I think you need Wi-Fi to work them card
Buses
machines.
do have Wi-Fi on them.
That is true.
So I think so. Well, yeah, you're gonna take
I
back
think
that
the
statement.
Theory
there's a lot
debunked.
of areas. There's a lot of areas like
Yeah.
even paddies like they can buy Wi-Fi, but there's no broadband.
The pub.
Like there's no like
Yeah.
they don't take card either. It's because the broadband's so bad in them areas that like the card machine just
Oh,
won't
wasn't
work.
it your Deb's grace
Yeah.
that they? Did you go to school in Loretto as well, Niamh?
No, I didn't go to Loretto. I went to Edenderry.
You just met in the plaza, did
Posh.
you?
We
Yeah.
did, we met in work.
Yeah.
Stuck with her ever
Did you?
since.
Did she tell you the story about her Deb's?
How it was cash on or cashless.
No,
No,
cash
cards.
only. You
Yeah.
had it in a dare, didn't you? Not a dare. What's it called?
RD.
RD.
Yeah.
I always mix them two.
Yeah.
We,
It was-
we had our pre-debs there, and
Yeah.
it was cash only as well.
Yeah.
And we were all like,
But is it a hotel?
no, it's like a dodgy nightclub.
Yeah.
I have to cut the name of this place out
If
because
you
you just called it a
have never
dodgy
been
night.
in RD, you're lucky. Let's just say that. RD is
Poor-
just.
But see,
Poor
that's
RD.
just, that was just money laundering.
It was genuinely.
You can't say this. I'm gonna have to cut the name of this place out. You can't
We didn't
say
say
they're
the
money
name, but we
laundering.
didn't say the venue
Just
name.
cut the name, yeah.
It's just in
Well,
RD.
maybe
How
if
big
they
is
improve-
RD?
It's big, like.
Okay,
yeah.
good, good. Okay, okay.
This unspecified
Location.
event
Maybe it was on the
location.
moon. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't even in RD, and we're just saying that to confuse people.
in
So it
RD,
might not even be in
that's-
RD.
This unnamed location. It was they run events for young people in RD.
They're gonna, oh my god. There's not that many events.
This
for young
RD
people
place
in
sounds like
Yeah.
This entire conversation is going to be beep, beep, beep.
So this
Every, like,
unspecified
third word.
location.
This place only takes cash and also overcharges horrendously.
Yeah.
For drinks.
Horrendously.
So right, run through. So if we're looking at a standard pint of pints now like $5.50
€7.
for us, that's what they were
A
charging.
pint of Heineken was €7 in that.
You wouldn't even get that in
See,
the Viva Stadium.
People from Dublin now are listening to this and they're like, "That's what what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we're playing
But
playing
for
Norway."
us, like where we're from.
Come on, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are pints in here in the SU? They're like $4.60.
Yeah,
If
well, I do be
even.
drinking. It's so funny. Like I drink Orchard Thieves, so it's just like not cheaper at all.
Yeah.
No.
It's like it's like 10 cents.
For what, like a
€4
vo- a
vodka dash all the
€4
way.
vodka dash. Come
It's
on.
really
All
good.
the way.
Yeah.
I was paying like I don't know what I was paying.
In
now.
At our
Mullingar,
days-
they're about $7.80 though.
Yeah, they are.
At our Debs, I paid my someone that was there at the Debs. Maybe not with me. Maybe they weren't with me, but we were there, and I was asked if I get a vodka Red Bull for her, and I went up, and it was, Jesus, it was myself. I got a pint for myself, so it was the pint and the vodka Red Bull, and it came to €17. I was like, what? How did it come to €17? And I
Yeah.
think the pints weren't expensive; they were only like €6.
Vodka Red Bull is very expensive.
We
It is.
in that place that I was speaking about before.
Mhm.
I specifically remember I got 2 double vodkas and blackcurrant, and
Yeah.
it was guess how much?
How much?
€30.
Yeah, I
That's
spent
disgusting.
last
Euro. On
time
the
I
dot.
was in the roost.
That's more expensive than a bottle of vodka
on
Yeah.
and a
Halloween.
bottle of Ribena.
On Halloween night, my first transaction, I had up to €30
That's same
because
way,
it was
yeah.
completely like it was so busy that night. So when I actually
in
did get
whereabouts?
served, this
In
is
the
in the
Roost?
roost on Halloween night.
Oh
I
yeah.
was so busy. So I was like, when I did get served, I was just there like, I'll get 2. I got 2 double vodka dashes, like 2 double vodka dashes and 2 Zambuca shots.
Oh.
And I couldn't carry all of them, so I had to take 2 Zambuca shots straight away.
Sure.
I was
have
like,
you,
Connor's mad on a night out.
how many times have you been in the roost, Niamh?
Maybe 4 times now, 5
4
times.
times.
We've been a good few times
We've been
now.
a good few times, and you would get caught at the bar, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd really like. Sure, I think it's after like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You don't have your drinking done by 10
Yeah.
because you are. No.
But last
what do you mean?
Thursday we
You
all
just
started
keep going?
drinking
I
at
drink
like
at this
5.
But I can't. I mean, no, it's not that I mean you stop at 10, but you can't get up to the
You
bar.
have to get.
Oh yeah,
You can't get up to the bar.
completely.
Yeah.
Pre-drinking all the way when you go to the
Yeah.
race sometimes, but sometimes it's grand. Because
The last night was
they should
fine.
be able to
Yeah.
run a crowd like that when there is 3 bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just can't run the bars.
I think especially
efficiently.
when the nightclub opens upstairs, it
Yeah.
definitely helps the situation.
Definitely.
Because actually, whenever I go to the bar upstairs, I can always get a drink.
No, there's 4 bars.
Yeah.
Isn't there? There's
Yeah.
4
I always go
bars
to the
in
one
there.
that's like the furthest away upstairs.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that's always
yeah,
like the
yeah.
most empty one.
Yeah.
Roost, I like the Roost.
I don't
I-
like Brady's.
I've never been.
Brady's.
The one thing
But I
I
do
don't
love
like about
the
the Roost is
That's going to
when
be a
people-
controversial statement now.
The what?
I hate Brady's.
Why do you not like Brady's?
I think, okay, I love drinking in the pub and I love going to nightclubs.
Okay.
I think Brady's is in between the both
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Oh, you think it's like the worst parts of both?
It's, yeah, pretty much. Like, it's just like people are standing like they would in a nightclub in the pub part and sitting
Oh.
like they would in a pub in the nightclub.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I get you.
You know what
That's
I
kind
mean?
of that's one of my big problems with Mojos in town. I just don't like.
Yeah.
Like you go into Dolan's. I think Dolan's is actually a super pub.
Mm.
I actually really do like Dolan's, but I think the nightclub music really takes away from the atmosphere in there. You just can't
Yeah.
take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we kind of have a good routine on a Thursday now. Like
Yeah, we
we,
do actually.
because we're all from the same place, so we can all get the bus home together and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So we go to Student Union and we start printing there for a while. And now when it gets to around 8:15, 8:30, we all walk to the Roost
Stumble.
together. Yeah,
Stumble, yeah.
stumble to the Roost together. And now we sit downstairs in the Roost for a while. We get a table, we all have a few more drinks, just talk, have really nice conversations. You have such good conversations in the pub. And then we'll go upstairs and dance. And then we'll get the bus home
We
together.
actually, yeah, it's. I think that's why the Roost is so good for us.
Yeah,
The way we operate is.
it's really we
Oh,
have we
because
have a good,
you have a nice few drinks on you by the time
Yeah.
you get there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you're dead right. Sitting downstairs in the Roost when you're waiting for everybody to come in, and
Yeah.
especially getting in free does always
Yeah,
add that
yeah,
One
nice.
thing I
exactly.
That
don't
nice
like
part
about
to
the
it.
Roost, and that's then people who swipe the floor with a mop. It's just so annoying.
Why
and
are
it-
you mopping the dance floor when I'm trying to dance?
It's
Yeah.
like, because you're moving
Would we
out of
really
the way
want to see you
at
dance
least
and leave? In fairness,
every 2 minutes. You have to move out of the way. It's
Yeah.
so annoying.
I think it's kind of funny. Do you know what I've noticed? Being a vertically challenged man. No, I'm not small. Don't get me wrong. I'm not small. But I tend to hang around with all people that are like 6 foot. But
What height are you? Like 5 foot? 5?
maybe I am 6 foot, and I'm just.
Maybe
Talking-
if you're 6 foot, then I must be 7 foot.
yeah. Anyway, I've noticed in the Roost the last few nights that like they look over the crowd and they see me with all my 7 foot friends, and they're like, "Oh, there's a gap in the crowd. Let's walk this way." So I tend to just stand there like with my arms pressed against me, as people just walk by because they see a gap in the crowd and they're like, "Oh, I'll just walk that way. I walk that way."
They see a little man.
That little man.
Yeah.
You know what they say about a small man?
Small
Huge
shoes.
personality. Would you not? You were supposed to say it with me.
Oh shit, was it? Better bleep that out.
Do you want to go for it again?
Maybe you
Oh,
just
yeah.
didn't agree.
We'll cut that. You know what they say about a little man? Huge personality.
Personality. Yeah.
Okay.
We should maybe just cut out that whole segment.
Let's not do that bit. Let's not do that. Beep. Okay.
I think yeah.
Back to Tinder.
This is episode 3 now. Do you know I've actually such a huge guest list for this.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we've already
who's
had
your star guests next?
star guests. Well, Connor's coming on again with Jonathan,
Yeah,
Sean, and Colm.
that would
Oh
be
my
a really
God.
good one. I would listen to
That
that
would be a
definitely.
very good one. I was thinking of maybe having a few drinks before that.
I don't think we'd be able to pull off. See, Jonathan doesn't really stay out here.
Oh, does it? No, yeah. I'm
And I'm
not
on a-
day
I'm-
drinking, 11 o'clock in the morning.
What's the point of going for 1 or 2?
Shut up.
Yeah,
You might as well get knocked
I
out.
don't like 1 or 2. I like getting absolutely locked, shit faced, can't feel myself think, breathe, or move.
Did you get that checked, Niamh?
Or else.
Did you get that?
Or
That's something to
else
keep an eye on.
nothing.
No, we used to go cycling on the canal. We just stop into one of the pubs and you're like, we'll go for a pint. Pint of cider.
Sometimes during the summer, I like 1 pint of cider.
Yeah.
Like, you
It's
know,
refreshing or
casually.
something.
Yeah, I'd have one on holiday now.
Yeah. I'd have a lot on holidays.
Yeah. See, the thing I don't
what,
think
what,
that-
what age are you, huh?
I'm 23 now.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing that puts me off ordering on holiday is going up to like Spanish people trying to understand my accent. They just don't understand what I'm saying.
You're funny though because you've a mix between a Midlands and a Dublin accent.
Yeah. Because my parents moved down.
I don't think you have a Dublin accent.
I think
You
some
can
there's
hear
people
it
certain
coming
say.
things
through,
you
yeah,
say,
you can
like-
hear it coming through.
Like you can't say like there's certain sayings that like if you no matter how hard you try, you're gonna sound like a dub.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have to bleep this out, but like if you say "get off the road, you dozy bollocks," you just sound like a dub. You're gonna sound like a dub.
Don't bleep that out.
Keep that in. Hey, we have 5 minutes left, and actually, the thing I wanted to do in the last 5 minutes of every show was we'll talk about icks because we kind of started. Yeah. You know, anything spring to mind, Niamh?
When he loves his mother too much,
Real,
to the point where his mother like decides every decision for him, and
real
he
mammy's
can't do.
boy, yeah.
Yeah, he can't do anything for himself. Like, why
Yeah.
can't you wash your own clothes? You know what
Hey
I mean?
man, I can wash my own clothes.
No,
I
but
can wash my
I
own
mean,
clothes, but it's just
fair
easier
enough
to.
if he can and won't, but if he like physically can't do things because his mother babies him that much.
Oh
What
yeah.
about not being able to iron?
Yeah,
I was
that's,
gonna-
that's such
I
a.
give it a
I don't
give it a
know.
try. Like.
The place went to fire last
I
time.
think when
Okay.
they wear like full tech fleeces, Nike tech fleeces.
That's what you
Such
call
a-
her. That's what Becca and Ella were saying last week as well. Yeah, the one color tracksuits
Or like dead serious posts them like slideshows on TikTok.
of them just
Of
themselves.
just them and like or like on their Instagram story with like yes no on it. Like that's
These
just-
there's a recurrent theme because someone said like selfies. Like I have no photos of myself. It's always with like the lads, like
yeah.
Deb's photos, all that is with someone. Like I don't have any photos of my own. It's just I that is weird. Yeah,
Isn't it?
that is. Grace, do you have any icks? No, haven't seen anything recently. Or
I
anything?
think
No,
mullets
nothing's-
are such an ick for me.
Mullets.
Yeah, mullets personally are such an ick.
I think
Target
they are for
audience.
Grace now as well. I might have to cut that out.
It always kind of come. It always. It's just like, it's hard to think of them on the spot.
It is hard to think
It's
about
hard to
as
think of them on the
But
spot.
a lot of things. No, you know what I like. Hate. This is not an ick because it's like it's not me getting turned off them, but I hate when like a boy can't take a hint.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Come
like-
on.
Yeah.
No,
Do you know how tough that
but
is?
like
You're not
know
sending
when
them
you're,
good
like,
enough.
Not speaking to them anymore, and you're like making it obvious. You're like, look, I don't really want anything with you,
Oh,
and then they
that.
don't take. Like
Yeah.
then they don't take
Oh,
the hint.
I
When
know.
I'm like, oh, I don't want to be more than friends. They're like, this is my opportunity to pull her. Like you're like, no, I
Oh,
mean it.
I thought you meant in like on the night out when they're like sending you signals. Ah man, I can't read them.
Well, like if
I-
she wants to get away from you, she'll get away from you.
No, like when she wants to get out with you.
Oh.
Because I never,
okay.
I like.
Like a positive hint.
Yeah. Because it's like, man, you gotta hit me with a truck. Like, it's not good.
I'm
It's not
actually
good.
pretty good at things
I
like
actually
that,
have a nick. Do you know when their personality is all TikTok?
Oh god.
Do you know when like they say things like slay?
Okay.
I
Shut up.
I
You
say-
great say
Yeah,
slay.
we both
That
say
is
slay.
just-
I think
But
there's
we
a.
say it in an iconic way.
But
We
see,
say it
the
in the
thing
right
is-
moments.
The thing is, I take the piss out of like TikTok phrases a lot, and then they just become part of my
Yeah, but
vocabulary.
like me and Niamh saying slay, we don't say it seriously. Like we say
Yeah,
it
yeah.
iconically, and it's funny.
But even lol, I say
Ew,
lol.
no, I
Yeah.
I
hate
say
that.
it like I say lol when like the most horribly darkly funny thing happens.
yeah.
I think it's just like, oh lol, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Whereas
I
years
say
ago
it
I
as
was
well,
like,
to be
wouldn't be caught
honest.
dead. Wouldn't be caught dead. Say, I said OMG the other day in a text. I was like, what am I doing? What's happening to me?
Red flag.
Yeah.
Red
Red
flag.
I am definitely cutting that out because
Whenever,
that's.
whenever Connor gets an ick, he just goes red flag.
Yeah.
I just bring a red flag with me.
Connor, any green flags? Well, what's a counter ick? What would you call that?
When he's not afraid to show affection for you in front of his friends. Or
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
like
big one.
holding your hand.
No,
and,
not
oh.
PDA, but
I
like
like holding hands.
you know if like the boys are sneering like a girl and they're like, oh, like about her, and he's like, no, like I like
Yeah,
her.
I
Oh,
like
like the
that.
meme.
I like that.
She's very beautiful to me.
No, it's not that. It's she is very gorgeous to me.
She is very gorgeous to me.
So you want him to do that?
Yeah.
Just stand up with the fist in the air.
No, but I mean, be like, well, like I like her, and that's that. Like
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I actually 100%
Or like
agree
if
with you.
he's trying to like get him like in front of me, trying
Boys
to
are
like,
never talking to him ever again. Like, what you're just gonna make him lose his friends.
No, but like, you know the way boys would be like sneering like other girls and be like, oh, did you see this one, did you see that one? I want him to be like, no, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what
I don't
Yeah.
think that's happening. Like, do you not know about? Is this while you're there?
Either one.
Yeah. Yeah, why can't they defend you when you're
He
not
should
there?
be proud of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not,
we're not
I'm
defending
one of
you.
them
We're
girls.
defending you 100%.
I'm not one of them girls like, oh my god, he has to post me. He has to tell everyone about
Yeah,
me.
no,
da, da, da.
yeah.
But like, we're together.
I
like,
actually did.
people should know we're together.
Someone
if
who
they're
is good at
inquiring.
that. Someone who is good at that may have been with us earlier in McDonald's when I made that joke. Do you remember that?
What?
Do you remember it was like, he was like, it was one of the best moments ever, and I was like, oh, it was because she wasn't talking.
I wasn't there.
I mean, it doesn't like it's yeah. Some guys who are. Ah.
Let's forget about that.
Ah.
Let's move on.
Just say it later.
I'll say it later.
Yeah.
No, but it's like some guys are good at keeping a nice balance between having a laugh, but then
Oh, yeah.
like you can't cross the line. You know, there is a
Yeah.
line drawn in the sand that you can't,
Yeah.
that you won't cross. Like out of respect as well.
Like I think why are you like sneering the fact that we're together, or like sneering me behind my back, or in front of me even to your friends just because they're making a laugh out of it? Like if you cared about me, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That's what I think is a green flag.
sexism maybe, or maybe they're gay. Maybe they don't understand why he's with a woman when there's a bunch of beautiful men sitting right there.
Green flag, Grace, go.
That is a green flag.
I have a lot of green flags. I think a lot of things are green flags. I honestly think
The power's on the floor.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. You were saying that you think a nice guy attracts women more.
Yeah, I.
Whereas, do you know what though? I found in the, like, there was this one girl, right, and I was always like really nice to her, like, and even a bit stomach turning when I look back on it. This was years ago, and like she really just had no interest in me, no interest with me at all. And she texted me on Instagram the other day, where I replied to her story on Instagram, just said something stupid, and then we started snapping again. And when I say I've been like not horrible, but when I say I've been kind of like a bit blunt with her about certain things, man, she's just like, it's the completely opposite now. There's just like a crazy interest from her point of view, but it's to the point now where I don't even want
It's
it
nearly
nowadays.
like, yeah.
It's like
what's the
flipped.
point now?
But I'm like, that's so weird because she didn't want me when I was nice to her, and now that I don't want her, but you know what? It's probably a little bit of like
The
lack
chase
of interest.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people do really like to chase.
I think the only like main. Green
It is really
flag-
good. Like, who's your favorite chaser, Connor? The Beast.
The Dark Destroyer.
The
I
Dark
have to go.
I think the one green flag for me always will be honesty, because
Yeah.
I am so understanding. Like as a person, that's the
Mhm.
only thing I'll actually like hype myself up about. I am the most understanding person ever. So if you be honest with me, I'll respect you all the time. Like I will always respect you, no matter what you've done. If you're honest about it.
Like when
I'll
we
still respect you.
do be fighting.
Yeah, I'm very honest.
Yeah.
I'm very very
Yeah, no,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
you know,
that's respectable.
I respect honesty in friends and like boyfriends, anything, whatever. If you're honest, that's you're top of the game for me.
Yeah, I like a girl who is slightly forward. Like I think myself, I wouldn't even say I'm shy, but it's like probably just a fear of rejection in a sense.
Yeah.
That like I would rather her like not openly say it to me. You don't have to spoon feed me,
Yeah.
but like a little bit of like, I don't even want to say 50-50 either, because like even going back to traditional views, like I think it's funny that I would like to go and buy dinner for us on a date, you know, stuff
Yeah.
like. What do you think of that? Do you think if
I
you
think
went out
that's-
for food, would
Okay,
you?
I think it's nice if they want to do it, but if they don't, I'm very happy to pay my
I
half.
actually don't like it.
Do you not?
No.
I-
But
don't
would you
like
not like the offer? Even?
I don't
No,
like
not really.
when it's like 60-40 or like 100% them, 0% you. I like when it's 50-50.
Me too.
I like when
Okay.
I can spoil him and he can spoil me.
Yeah. But
You
even
know?
one of the like even Becca, she was going through like what they're getting each other for Christmas.
Mhm.
But like obviously she doesn't know what her boyfriend's getting her,
Yeah.
which is really cute. It was like, because you know the two of them are getting each other like as much
Yeah.
as the other. Whereas I've definitely seen relationships where
The girl is getting spoiled and
The
the boy
girl
is
is-
getting like
like the bare minimum,
socks and jocks.
Yeah.
like a kiss. That's
Yeah.
that's it.
No, I'm definitely all for like 50-50, like equality in relationships pretty
Yeah,
much.
I
Yeah.
totally
Equality.
agree. 100%.
Because like if you want equality from one side, you have to get it from the other side.
Yeah.
too.
100%
I believe.
100% agree. Yeah.
You know, and I like it's weird because you're saying about the dinner thing, like
Mhm.
they buy you dinner, but
So I
like
think
if,
that's just such a like
like-
stereotypical thing. That's
like if a man buys me dinner and then I buy him dinner next time, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Then you still feel like they're treating
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and then they feel like you're treating them.
See, if I used to do it and I think the girl didn't even offer to go 50-50, it'd be like,
Yeah.
now
you have to.
is
If
this
you
first date?
if
though?
they give in after a while, you'd be like, oh, it's grand. But do you know if that you say, oh, I'll pay for it, it's like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get you.
I would just
There's-
hate to be like that.
No, I couldn't be like
Yeah,
that.
because I'm really stubborn and I would pay for it regardless.
Yeah.
And it's not even now the first date. Yeah, I can get what you're saying about like the rest of them. But if I had a really really good first date with her,
Mhm.
I'd like to buy her dinner.
Really.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like I don't even know if that is like that. Is that
But
wrong?
I
Is
just
that
don't
right?
like when girls think it's implied that they should buy you dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a really really nice gesture, and it should be just left at that. Like if they want to make a really really nice gesture, then you either accept it or you don't. You shouldn't go there expecting.
Assume. Did you
You know
see
what I
the
mean?
the TikTok video of the guy that goes on like a Tinder date? See how this loops back around?
Yeah.
See how this loops back around? He goes on a Tinder date, and the girl brings her friend, and they start ordering like really expensive stuff off the menu.
No.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
he
he gets up and
actually
leaves.
he said, I'm going to the toilet and just
Yeah.
walked out of the restaurant.
He's dead
Grabs the
right.
check and leaves.
Is that right?
But that to me, now I know that's obviously extreme of
Mhm.
extreme, and like these were Americans as well, of course, because
Irish people won't do
yeah,
that.
Irish people are so nice, and there's not a bad Irish person on the island at all.
I'm thinking
At-
of you.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I
Yeah.
think it's more of a thing in the moment as well. I find. I think when you're talking about these things.
I think this generation is gold diggers.
Oh,
Full of gold diggers.
do you think both girls or
Girls.
How long is left on this podcast?
But we're not going to count.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not going into counting 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Not even Christoph would do that.
finish off on the gold digger point, and I think we can wrap
Okay.
up then.
I think
Stop
girls
annoying
in this
people.
generation feel entitled.
Do you think?
Feel
And what
so
do you mean?
entitled. I just think what I was saying about the dinner thing. They think like they expect this treatment from boys.
God, she's saying this because if one of us, Connor, was saying this, I feel like
Well, I have no
rocks.
problem saying it.
I think they just a lot of girls have the idea that a relationship should be he spoils me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
See,
they
I
have
also-
princess
yeah.
mentality.
I also feel like the fact though that me and Niamh have a lot of friends who are boys. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like
And brothers, like
yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good
that. I
point,
feel like
yeah.
that really impacts our mindsets when it comes to
Yeah.
relationships as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you know?
It definitely does because like to me, us and our boy friends are like we're equal. Do you
Yeah.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
should be treated the same in a relationship.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
would you like because this is actually a good question. Would
Okay.
you like what you have with your boyfriends? Would you like that with romance as well in a relationship? Which way are you swinging more? Are you going like? Would you want it more romantic? Would you want it more like casual friendship? I know it's still a relationship.
I think there's a good
it
balance.
has to be a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Healthy balance, yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But
Because
like,
it's really important to be friends
yeah,
while
Yeah.
you're in the relationship.
like they
Do you know?
should be realistically your best friend.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
You know what I
beautiful
mean?
way
Well,
of putting
not,
it, really, yeah.
not that they should be. Like it's okay if they're not, but I think for a good relationship,
If they're
ideally
not
they
friends
would
with you,
be.
yeah, like how would
yeah,
that work?
ideally they'd be your best friend as well.
Because I've seen a lot of relationships where I would say, if these two weren't having sex, they wouldn't be together.
yeah.
Like literally,
Or
I
they
see
wouldn't
that
speak,
all
or
here.
they wouldn't-
Yeah, because I've been with a few of these in like you're saying, room having a conversation. It's like the two of these, there's literally no chemistry between these two at all.
Yeah.
Like I've had better chemistry with Connor
Yeah.
than
But I've
this.
But that's
definitely-
pretty hard to beat.
I've
Oh, yeah,
definitely
myself
been
and
in a
Connor, yeah.
situation-
No one
I've
can see what
definitely
I'm
been in a
winking at.
situation
but-
where I can see that like sometimes friendships, even if you're attracted to them, it
Yeah.
can't turn into a relationship. Like,
That's very
like
true,
I've
yeah.
had like boyfriends, specifically like one or two maybe, that I was attracted to,
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't think it could go past friendship because
You were nearly more friends with
We're
them
more
than the attraction.
friends.
Yeah.
yeah, like the friendship side of it outweighs the like being attracted to the side
Yeah.
of it. You know?
It's never clear cut, is it?
No.
They never give you a manual
No.
for this stuff at all. They don't teach you this. They should teach this in school. It's so
honestly.
confusing.
Who'd be the teacher?
Who'd be the teacher? Ooh.
Connor.
Who'd be the teacher? This was. I enjoyed this podcast today.
Yeah, me too.
This was a nice
I think
casual
this was
one.
enlightening.
It was
Yeah.
very enlightening. It was a nice topic.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's a. Hopefully, someone learned something. Maybe I learned.
Hopefully we're
learned
not all
something.
single.
Yeah.
The next time you have us on the podcast.
I'm gonna do it again. What I've been doing at the end of every podcast. The slogan for the podcast.
Oh God.
It's here. Don't say, "Oh God." They've laughed at me. The first time they laughed at me. The second time they called it cringe. But it's hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and you'll never be invited to a party. You ever heard that quote?
I like it.
Oscar Wilde. Oh, thank you.
Oscar Wilde, he's the geezer on the boat.
He's the geezer. Which
Muck
one?
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde.
Remember, if you ever gone ferries, the boat's called Oscar Wilde.
Yeah. Do you know he was actually arrested for being gay because it was back it was the 1800s at some stage, late 1800s, and it was.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Okay,
that
folks,
was the
see you
podcast.
later. That's the
Bye-bye.
podcast over. Okay, bye. Goodbye. Will we do an
Sing
outro?
on
Do you want to sing an outro?
Oh.
She's the baddest of them all.
Dude, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna add that.
No, you're not.
Folks, I'll see you later. Bye.
Is that going to be the outro?
It is.
for
We're
every
done.
video?